Hey, everybody. Before we get into the podcast, I've got a word from today's sponsors. There's no better time than now to get in on the action of online selling. Sign up for a free trial today at shopify.com/wideopen. Go to shopify.com/wideopen to start selling online today. That's shopify.com/wideopen. Have you been manscaping lately? Manscaped has got you covered this season. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/wideopen. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com/wideopen. Get your jingle bells ready for the holiday season with Manscaped. But don't let all that manscaping go to waste and be ready for the big moment with Blue Chew. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code WIDEOPEN at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code WIDEOPEN, which is all one word, to receive your first month free. Alrighty, guys, let's get into the podcast.
Whoa! What the heck's wrong with this wheel?
Oh.
Did someone smash this thing?
No, but I did break it.
How do you manage to break a chair, Mike?
Well, when you needed to eat hot dogs, you and Ryan, I wanted you to have comfy chairs, and I'm bringing them down the stairs, and I'm like, not bad. I only broke one of the 10 wheels on the chairs.
Man, Ryan, you guys have really put in some work over here. You got a broken chair and a broken mic.
Oh, geez, yeah, I didn't even notice the zip ties.
Yeah, we're switching it up a little bit. It's interesting having Ryan over here and Ben over there.
Yeah, this is nice. We'll see how long I last over here until CJ kicks me out because we bump knees the whole time.
Yeah, we're both spreaders.
True.
We just sit really wide, and it's just not a good combo. Like even like if we're sitting in the back seat of like a pickup together.
Yeah, it's bad.
I know.
Well, I will agree.
Yeah, normally the third man is the one who ends up
Getting it the worst.
Yeah. Because we both just spread.
I feel like with the group, you have strategic people that you want in different positions of your life. And I would say being in the back of the truck or maybe even sleeping in a bed. Ben is a spreader in bed. Like his legs, Jesus. His like legs are going sideways. And he's
Don't
just
drag
all over
me
the
into
place.
this, Ryan.
Yeah, you want to share like the back seat with Micah or a bed
Or
with Micah.
Ken.
Yeah.
Even
You
Ken,
do
dude.
not
'cause
want to
he's
sleep
just-
with Mike. If we're staying in a hotel,
No, you
not
need-
that there's anything wrong. He just snores so loud.
You can't even share the
It's
room
like a
with him.
megaphone.
Yeah,
dude.
but the thing about sleeping next to Mike, though, in the same bed as if he is snoring, you can shake him, and the dude sleeps so hard, he'll just stop snoring, but, like, doesn't wake
it's
up.
like a.
Yeah.
And then just like
Yeah, I do.
goes-
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I just
like,
tell
muzzle
you,
him.
yeah, I was like, go over there, light kick, light shove, and I should stop.
Yeah, but it's like you got to get out of bed,
Yeah,
go
you're
and
right.
shove you, like roll you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mike doesn't also, like, fall asleep until, like, 2 hours after everyone else, so you should be, like,
Hopefully.
pretty deep into your sleep at that
That's
point.
true.
Yeah.
Mike, your sleep schedule is so messed up. and-
Annihilated.
Dude, I like see the cameras of you up at like 8 a.m.
It's crazy.
not
How are
getting up
you-
for the day though.
Dude, how are you like functioning and then waking up? Because usually we'll like start filming at like 10 and we'll wake you up at 10. How are you functioning on 2 hours of sleep?
It's pretty rare that I get only 2 hours of sleep, but you do it.
I still feel like you get the sleep in, you just get it in at a different hour.
There was one time 2 weeks ago when I was working on the merch drop that I legitimately got 2 hours of sleep. And it was brutal, and it felt so weird the next day. But if it's like 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep, totally good. Weird that I do it from 5 to 10, but
It's a weird schedule, man.
yeah,
Me,
that's not always how it is. But
I feel like it's just a creative mind. Like it's always.
dude, it's just when I get checked in on my computer, I hate it, to be honest. But that's when my productivity is at its peak. It's so weird.
me and CJ used to edit the videos like entirely by ourselves. So I would take one and then he would take one like the next week. When we would do that, we would have to spend basically like 24 hours straight editing. You'd start at like 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night and you'd edit basically for the next 24 hours straight
I legit cannot believe
Yeah.
that you guys did that for years.
for years. And then eventually we just got to the point where we were like, dude, this makes no sense for one of us to do the entire thing. And then when we're editing, like the other one's just like chilling, kind of just like a waste of time for the other person. But ever since we
Yeah, it's
started splitting
Way
them,
more refined now.
yeah, it's more refined and the quality of the edits are like way better because you're not running on zero sleep trying to be
At the end of
creative.
it.
I felt like it was the old days though. Just so last video, when we were preparing for our Black Friday drop, Ben and I were both here editing until 6 a.m.
Yo,
Yeah, we were here until 6 a.m.
That was the funniest thing too, because I'm here too working. I go, I'm gonna work as long as they work. I already know I'm gonna be up late, and it's like here comes 4. damn, dude, I might go to bed.
You just
Here
got
comes
out
5. Here comes 6. And I was like, dude, they're up walking around. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Like, oh, they got a second wind.
No, I didn't. They did.
Yeah, I was driving home and there was people jogging. And I was like, man, this is odd.
Oh,
Hadn't
Mike
done that in
lives.
a while, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that was sweet. It feels good to just see everybody grinding, which obviously for Black Friday to make everything happen, we had to grind and it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to see. You got Cody in here helping. You
Everybody
got
comes together.
It's so awesome.
I was thinking, do they still do like, they obviously still do like Black Friday sales at like brick and mortar stores, so like Walmart or wherever. Do they still do it like where they just open the door? They have it way more because you
I
never
was
see
just
the
talking
videos
about
of like
this.
people getting tramped. Like people would
That's
get
true.
messed up.
That was like the biggest thing. It was like Thanksgiving, 6 o'clock.
Getting
We got to
trampled,
get to the mall.
Just
to
trying
wait
to
for it
save
open.
$100 on
Yeah.
on TV.
I think it came and went because all these companies
They had to
bid
have
off.
fixed it.
They bid off more than they could chew. So it like started for a while. It was just like midnight. No, it wasn't midnight. It wasn't. Black Friday started like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then they started moving it to midnight.
Yeah.
And then people were like starting to, and then it was getting earlier, 7 p.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's eating into people's Thanksgiving. So anyway, it just got so ridiculous that people were like, eh.
Also, who's
On
going to a store
internet,
to
I
like?
know.
You might as well just go on Amazon or Walmart.com, wherever, and just get the sale there.
Get the same, probably same
Yeah,
price.
things have changed,
yeah,
but
and then you just get shipped to you.
I don't know. I was thinking about that because you never see those videos anymore.
No, you
That
don't.
had to have happened for a really long time because
That was like the rage for, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it was-
remember it like in
when I
high
was in like
school?
middle school,
Yeah.
I was just like, I'd like go with like my friends
Yeah.
or like their parents. And just because I was like, this is going to be lit. Like everyone like running
Same, dude.
around.
Me and my buddies would stay up all night, of course, because they're getting early and early. We would go to Fargo and just drift around in the parking lots until the stores open.
Wait, wouldn't there be a bunch of vehicles in the parking lot?
Like, not really, you know.
Yeah, but
there's
no police.
just the vehicles of the people that are standing in line, but it's not filling the parking lot up per se. So no joke, just go drift around.
I love finding out about Mike's like troubled past.
Troubled?
His bad
He was
boy past.
back when he was drifting in
Troubled.
parking lots.
Yeah.
This is Buick LeSabre. The Sabre?
And his one friend smoked a Marlboro Red when he was 15,
Whoa.
Jeez.
He died.
and he died.
So where's the little weasel?
He's downstairs working.
Okay. Got his tail between his legs.
a little rat.
Has Evan admitted that he's a weasel yet?
No.
He hasn't.
Well,
So
you don't
he
get
still
to
thinks he's
decide
good.
whether you're a weasel or not. You just are one.
Yeah, but has he admitted to his fault? Or does he still
I haven't
think
seen
that
him
he's...
yet. He went home for Thanksgiving. So in the video, the whole reason that I got my nipples pierced, which I lost fair and square, but we had to run because Evan chimed in and
Thought he was
altered
so
the whole
great.
competition, and he was supposed to get his pierced with me. That was part of it. And
no, he's not.
yeah, and it was weird because like before we didn't see the footage, so I was like, I swear I remember him saying like, if I win, you guys got to both get it done. But I didn't want to like fully like lean on him. But then I saw obviously
Saw the
when
video.
it got chopped up, so he's caught red-handed.
It's tough because I think he did say that, but he didn't win.
I feel like if you
It's, like,
hop in a
tough
competition...
because he threw up.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah,
way.
but I
Should
don't
be
know.
getting his nipples pierced.
I think he got into it. I will admit I definitely may have chopped a couple things out of the videos that basically just made it like more blurry of like, well, was he a part of it or not?
Uh-huh.
But I think no, he definitely knew what he was getting into. And then as soon as he found out that he had to
There was consequences.
that's when he backed out. And it's like, I don't know. I just think it's like super weaselly.
I can already see it now. Us in the nipple shop again
With Evan?
with Evan. I can already see it now. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but like I'm sensing the universe is pushing him towards the second nipple piercing.
But the main thing I can't believe is just that Ryan beat me in a race. I don't know
In a
what
foot
the
race?
hell, dude. I gave up, but also I don't know where you pulled that out of. It's like this dude developed some superpowers when we were running.
Bro, I haven't ran in probably since
I think it just
middle school basketball.
It had to have just came down to you legit just didn't want it more than me.
100%. And I don't know how much you didn't want it, but I really
I
did
could
not
feel
want it.
I could feel it.
When we were running stride in stride.
Sounds so funny the way you guys are explaining it. Like you wanted the win, but the way you're explaining it, I was running so hard, like I did not
didn't
want it.
I did not want the consequences.
Yeah.
It was like there was a person chasing me with a knife.
Imagine how funny it would have been. It would have been such a dick move, but when we were running next to each other, I thought about tripping you.
I thought about it too. I thought about trying to like
yeah, there were
show
no-
you.
It was so
play it
funny for the
dirty.
video, but then I was just like, fudge. Like, that'd be,
Oh,
I don't know. It's like, it'd be like cheating. Or like, I thought about pushing you into
In
like
the
the
ditch.
ditch. Yeah.
thought the same thing too, trying to like jam you up when we were at the mailbox, but I was just so focused on not throwing up after eating 5 hot dogs and then running half a mile, sprinting half a mile. But dude, it you know, in the video it happened so fast, but we for about a little under a quarter mile were stride in stride
feel
right
like it
next
was-
to
yeah.
each other. Like
Dude, it was a very like Ricky Bobby moment.
that's what I
Talladega
felt.
Nights,
Like the music was
race to
going.
the finish line.
Dude, I love the way that you edited it. Like it was already lit and looked like
Yeah,
like
that
Rocky
was the
doing
best
it.
part of the video.
But
I
the
thought when we
flashbacks,
were running and the flashbacks.
Yeah, that's
and
when
the-
I
Because
was
it's like this is all on the line right
That's
here.
when I was fully engaged. I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
I am really disappointed in myself that I stopped. Like I don't know. I just thought I had more willpower than that. I normally do. It was just like the circumstances. I don't know
It
what
was
the
just
frick
tough.
happened, dude. I gave up, and I'm honestly pretty embarrassed about that. I quit.
Yeah.
Like I
but
could have at least.
there was just so many factors.
I could have been there. I could have been. I could have beat you. I also at least could have been like. At least right behind you. I'm just so disappointed in myself for stopping running.
Dude,
And
I
you had
think
a
if
head
you
start.
If you had
No,
kept
he was
run-
ahead
I was
of me.
ahead.
you had the head start.
But
he
I
started-
gave up, or I had started to give up on the run, and you were like 25 feet ahead of
Dude,
me, and I was
so
like,
far ahead of him at the start.
Oh,
it wasn't
that
on
was bad.
camera, but yeah.
And I can tell you probably in your head were like, wait, like if I lose this race, like there's no like, yeah, but Evan Hop, there's none of that. It was game
also-
over.
It was also a little bit demotivating for me because I was thinking to myself, okay, he beat me in the backup challenge, and he beat me technically in the hot dog eating competition. And then it kind of got screwed up with like Evan hopping in. If I win this, like it'd be kind of lame. Which you beat me.
Or
You-
a comeback
you
victory.
Yeah.
You beat me, but like it would have been like.
we just
I don't
spend the
know.
rest of the day
I felt
doing
like
challenges.
I felt
back
like
and
you
forth.
ultimately won everything, but also you did outrun me. Like I don't know why I quit.
I was probably when we were running next to each other. There was like one time you kind of like misstepped and you fell back like 6 inches, and then
My
you did
shoe
it again.
fell off.
Yeah, that's right. And so that literally right there, I was like, all right, I got this, and I kept going.
That's
but
awesome.
if that hadn't happened, I don't know how much longer I could have kept at that rate.
yeah, that was electric.
That was fun. That was like an inhumane. Freaking,
It felt very wrong the entire
when
day.
I was
like,
running, I was
Yeah.
thinking this is inhumane.
yeah, it really was, dude. Every single challenge, I guess not the backup challenge, but especially like the longest to last in the water challenge, that one just felt like I was like really mean for doing that to you guys.
It's okay.
It was great.
You got your payback.
It definitely had like Fear Factor vibes.
Yeah.
You know, just nasty challenges.
yeah.
That show was crazy. Like they would have people upside down, like strapped in a car under, like 8 feet underwater, dude. Like I could not do that. I could probably hold my breath for, let's say 40 seconds right here. But if I was in that situation, I'd be 5 seconds
Yeah,
into like
the panic.
panicking, dude. I'd
Yeah.
go. I'm not a water guy.
Dude,
Did
and
anyone
the-
ever get hurt on that show?
I think
that's
I'm
a great
sure they
que-
had.
Yeah.
We
Is that the
looked that
first? Is that the first experience you had? That's funny. I use that word with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Like
Well,
it
I
was
think
back
that's
when he's
everyone's
Yeah, okay.
first
That was
experience.
his first
like
thing.
probably
actually-
bigger thing. Yeah,
It's so weird
Notable.
watching him with hair.
yeah.
You know, like it really is. It's like, oh, that's Joe Rogan.
He looks better with a bald head.
I agree.
Yeah, some guys just look better bald.
Yeah, like
A very small
Andrew
amount,
Tate,
but
that dude's full on bald too, and like
Somebody did die in a Thai version of the Fear Factor show,
You know what? Oh,
okay.
but it wasn't
Really?
the American one.
Okay.
He
what
got hit.
happened?
He got hit by a barrel during a stunt.
Wow.
I don't know how you get hit by a
that'd be-
barrel.
Just
dude,
killed
I'd
him.
imagine that was just like such, like think about how corporate that probably was because it was such a big show
Yeah.
and how many like legal advisors and safety
stuff.
people that they had on set at
Yeah.
all times that were probably just like tweaking.
Oh, I'm sure, but I feel like also back then, like things were more loose. They just and I think that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Like everything's really tightened up because obviously people did probably get hurt. And
Yeah.
Like,
now
they,
people don't mess around.
they couldn't
with
even
anything.
do that now, right?
Yeah,
like, they
probably.
couldn't
I
do
don't
a
know.
show. Like even some of the stuff they had to eat.
Yeah, like they were like
Yeah.
you
Some
probably
of it
couldn't
was-
do a show nowadays because people be like, "Oh, you can't eat live worms. That's animal abuse." Like
Or that.
legitimately, people would do that, and that's like another way like kind of stuff's changed. But
Yeah. I feel
don't
like
know.
everybody's gotten a little wiser.
I was watching YouTube before I came here, and I came across this video of Mark Rober's shop.
Mhm.
Holy crap! He's got a full-on
It's pretty cool.
compound, dude. It's insane. You guys got to watch it. And then on top of that, I've been watching a lot of Fantasy Factory lately. I don't know why. Just like when I was sick, I just started watching them. I was like, I'll watch every single one because I haven't seen them all. And I started thinking, this shop is great, but I think we gotta think about building something even bigger. Like after watching that, like both those, I'm like, God, this place is kind of small.
I like where your head's at.
I mean, we all.
I got me excited.
Like, why
That
don't
actually
we
kinda
have
got
a
me
foam
fired
pit?
up.
Like, why don't we have a foam pit in our shop?
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
I just don't know if we have.
It's
room?
just, well,
That's
that's exactly
why.
it.
Yeah. Like we should be able to like do some cool shit
Mhm.
in here,
We
but
can't
like
do any
we can't
cool shit in
because
here,
we
dude.
got
We
all
don't
of
have
our
a foam
stuff.
pit.
I want a freaking skate
got-
park in
well,
the shop.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
We need an indoor pool, a foam pit, a skate park, zip lines.
It's not that this place is small; it's just so filled up.
It is.
We have
And I think-
maximized a lot of the space.
I think we
in
need
here.
to do one that's like 4 times the size of this.
Dude, I've always thought there's this old abandoned building in a town near us called Tools and More. Tools and More has been a host of shitty places that have gone out of business, but it started as a furniture store. And
As
that
all-
thing's pretty
Yep.
big, dude.
It just doesn't have high ceilings. But other than that, can you
You're
imagine like the
right.
races like you could have in there?
We
It's
can
a
bring
pretty
back
big.
the crazy carts,
But that
Oh,
place is
easily.
probably like, I don't know, like 50,000 square feet or something like that.
Dude,
dude.
it's got like that loading dock in the back. Yeah, it's about as close as it's gonna get for an abandoned warehouse as far as that goes.
We got the room. We got the land. Like
That's what I'm thinking. We gotta like build something on there.
I like that idea.
We build that, and then we also build another strip, and then use that for like we either like rent them out or sell them.
There you go. That'll finance the $5 million shop that we have to build to put a foam
Yeah, I don't
pit in
even.
it. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I feel like we're goldfish, and every time that we increase the size of the bowl, we just keep growing and getting more creative and stuff like that.
And
Get a
this
bigger bowl.
and this
true.
shop really is it's like business. You know,
Yeah,
that's
no,
what it
it's
would
like
be.
We can.
It's
This
like
is still
right,
right.
useful.
I
But
agree.
yeah, you got the offices, the podcast studio, the merch bay. Like it really is about half like strictly business.
For sure. No, we definitely need in the next shop though to get just like more workspace because if we ever start a project,
oh yeah,
dude, if it's there for like more than a week, everything else just like kind of becomes a mess around it because there's just no room. So it's like you're like kind of I don't like every time we think about starting a project, we're always like,
is it worth it?
is
Having
it
to
worth
clog
it?
up the
Yeah.
shop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then it's like basically takes like let's just say 1/4 of our production area, and then it's just out of the question.
Yeah.
So I think the next shop we need to have a spot dedicated to just builds that can take a long time, and then we also need to just
Yeah.
hire a full-time fabricator and mechanic,
Yep.
Ooh.
and then just constantly have them on cool builds.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
agree.
the next step.
We just gotta find a good one.
A good one and somebody who's also like good on camera and mostly just like can work for us like full time and kind of just like
Chip away at
agree.
yeah, just
whatever.
like always be working on one project and then maybe if there's like a hang up we start a next one. But I don't know. I think that's like our biggest holdup right now would be our mechanical and fabrication
I
skills.
agree
Right.
100%.
Well, this
Hey everyone, quick break in today's podcast for a word from today's sponsor, Shopify. That right there is the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify makes it simple to sell to anyone from anywhere, whether you're selling custom-made car parts or developing your own clothing brand. Start selling with Shopify and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. Over 6 years ago, when we started CboysTV, selling to people around the world sounded impossible, but Shopify made building a website and a seamless shopping experience easy. They took care of all the hard stuff so we could ship orders fast and focus on making better videos. And with Shopify, you can easily customize your online store to your brand, discover new customers, and build relationships that will keep them coming back. Shopify covers all the sales channels to successfully grow your business, from an in-person point-of-sale system to an all-in-one e-commerce platform. Plus, Shopify makes it super easy to advertise on platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And thanks to 24/7 support and free on-demand business courses, Shopify is here to help you succeed every step of the way. It's how every minute new sellers around the world make their first sale with Shopify, and you can too. Sign up for a free trial today at shopify.com/wideopen. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/wideopen to start selling online today. Shopify.com/wideopen. Hey guys, quick break in the podcast for a word from today's sponsor, Manscaped. It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Whether it's for a friend or the friends in your pants, you can make this season to be jolly with Manscaped. Look nice when you get naughty and get free shipping and 20% off by going to manscaped.com/wideopen. If you've been listening for a while, you know that we love Manscaped. Manscaped has been keeping us trimmed and fresh for a long time, and there's no better time than the holidays to treat yourself or someone in need. Truth be told, guys, I don't really love wandering around the store trying to find all the hygiene products that I need. So that's why the Platinum Package is perfect for me. I love that it includes everything I need to get and stay fresh, and it's all in one package shipped right to my door. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is a one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. It has everything you need to deck the halls from face to balls just in time for mistletoe season. The Platinum Package has each product from the best-selling Performance Package, plus Ultra Premium Body Wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, and Ultra Premium Deodorant. All of Manscaped Shower Gel is sulfate-free, vegan, and made to have your skin feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. The Platinum Package 4.0 sitting under the tree is guaranteed to put anyone in the holiday spirit, and for the perfect stocking stuffer, add in the brand new Body Buffer, an incredible body scrubber that makes exfoliating easy and a lot cleaner than that old loofah. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/wideopen. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com/wideopen. Get your jingle balls ready for the holidays with Manscaped.
Skills, but also like like we're pretty capable at not fabricating, but when it comes to like if we need to build another trike and a big wheel,
Yeah, we can build.
we can totally do that. Even that though, it's like we got to take a full day. It'd probably take you and I or whatever a full day to do that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I am pretty impressed with how much we have learned in the last 5 years.
Awesome.
Like, we went from hardly knowing how to change the oil on a dirt bike to, I don't know, build the 3-wheeler downstairs and stuff like that. Like, we've improved. Not a ton, but we've improved.
Dude, Ryan fixed a clutch on a Harley.
It took me 3 tries, but I did get it figured out.
I was impressed. That's something a mechanic would do.
Yeah. Also, though, we've never really put like a huge emphasis on the actual like build side of it.
Yeah.
Mostly because we haven't done anything like that crazy. But I think we build like the cool things, but then where we excel is like ripping them and like the camaraderie of like having fun with it. Exactly. Yeah. So if we can show the actual build process of it, maybe it's on a second channel even that's like more like dives in deeper into it, like CboysTV Garage. But
yeah, I think that's a huge. When we get into that, it's gonna be like a major expansion because when you can do more unique, just like one-off, crazier builds that we're unable to do right now.
Yeah,
dude, those videos are gonna pop off. Like it's gonna go insane.
We've had pretty bad luck with how they run, but pretty good luck finding some really unique stuff on Facebook Marketplace. But then,
we just gotta buy
it's
the
like
good ones.
the step past that is a major step past that where we have these ideas in our head. Just bringing them to life is hard. You can't just assume that you're gonna find it on Facebook Marketplace one day.
I want an all-wheel drive Corvette.
Oh,
they're making one of those already.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Electric?
Zorro.
No, like one that you could like hoon.
you take like
an off-road.
Yeah, like Weston made the C5 one that he bought, but like that, but it's got all-wheel drive, and I can daily it in the winter. Put a snowplow on the front of it.
My god,
Be
that'd be
good.
amazing.
That'd be a sweet.
That'd be really
snowplow
sweet.
in front of Ben's Lambo. That'd be insane. Did we just come up with a new video idea?
I don't know where you.
So we'll go down with the saw and cut some spots. That way we can
buffer.
just put it right to the
so
frame.
then we can just weld it straight to the frame. So it's gonna basically just be a snowplow for the rest of its life, or a salvage title.
I had to get a new back bumper for my GTR, so you can get
It's
a new
only
front
fair that
bumper.
I get a front
I'm sure
You're
it
right.
will be just the same price.
Yeah, I was like, we're throwing it around.
Yeah.
What is it? Front bumper's got
That'd gotta be like 10 grand. Yeah.
And dude, I do it, but my car just doesn't work in the snow. So like, I'm sorry.
Right.
That's
Right. Yeah. That's a fair point. I think we should actually start finding like a really good fabricator though.
And you can't be shitty.
Right.
Dude,
You gotta
I think
have some
that guy-
experience. You got to be able to like either live around here or live here. Like it's gonna be a full time.
Oh yeah,
gig.
yeah. You'd
Yeah,
have to.
100% would pay you salary. That one dude that's coming up to
Yeah.
do the
what's
R6
his
name?
quad, he might be our ticket. He might. We'll see how he does, but
I was
obviously,
thinking that too.
obviously he's familiar with R6 swaps, but maybe he'll be
Everything.
really good at it. A
Yeah,
lot
he's
of
a
things.
pretty gnarly builder.
Scrolling
Sweet.
through his Instagram on all his builds got us pretty hyped
And
up.
he's a
Like,
YouTuber, so it's
this
like
is-
he'd
Yeah.
kind of it'd be a good blend. I don't know,
Mhm.
but
Speaking of YouTubers that have crazy setups, did you guys see Dude Perfect's headquarters? I don't know if it's a headquarters or if it's just like a.
Their amusement
saw it,
park.
Yeah. Dude, that place is insane.
I'll pop a picture
I
of it up
see-
here, but what? Is it real?
I
I
think
think it is.
I think
Yeah.
the news articles maybe like misconstrued it a little bit. I think that that place isn't like their filming setup. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they bought it and they're basically turning into like you go there to like do fun things, kind of like a Sky
A
Zone,
Sky Zone
or
or
even like
Like
Chuck E. Cheese is a
Woodward kind of,
terrible,
but-
a terrible comparison, but it's more of like a business where like, hey, do you want to go to Dude Perfect? You know, and then you go and you shoot hoops and you jump on trampolines and you do stuff like that. I think it's more of a thing like that.
It's a pretty good idea.
Or maybe it is their like headquarters like this, which that place is so big. I feel like that'd be just overkill. But
Yeah, I would say you're right. It's like a place for people to come.
yeah, I think it's like I guess a brick and mortar physical location that you can sell product or sell a
Like you
good
could
time.
Host a birthday party there.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
That would be
for.
the most
Birthday
lit
We
party.
should
birthday
start
party
hosting
ever.
birthdays here, and we'll have you manage it, Mike.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yes.
No.
So you just have pizza. 2
I'd be
liters
pretty
of
good
pop.
at it, but I wouldn't like doing it.
Mike gets all the kids in the Razor, sends them around the track.
You
All right,
can't
yeah.
Remember
stop
that
it.
one time
Booters.
that you were bringing someone a ride in
Yeah, I
our
remember.
Maverick and you backed into that grandma's car?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Have we told that? Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
no.
so funny. Yeah, so like they came over and they were
It's at our
local.
old shop. Yeah,
Yeah, they were locals, so like we'd seen them around plenty.
the kids
And-
were they've watched the videos.
Huge
and then
fans,
and
yeah.
and we don't do this anymore, but I was like, I'll obviously be careful. We're gonna wear our seatbelts. I'm just gonna
It was
whatever.
a different time.
Yep, it was a different time, and I just straight up backed into this grandma's car, that the grandma that brought the kids over, and I,
Maverick.
felt so dumb. There's just no
did it-
nothing, no excuse.
What did it do to her car?
It
Just-
dented
it
the
just,
front,
you know,
dented
like-
the front bumper, like a perfect.
Yeah, she had to get a
dent
whole new
that
bumper.
A wheel, the Maverick size wheel.
He broke it.
Made. Yeah,
Oh, I
basically
did?
just
Like
like
I
shattered
just
it.
remember it being one of those ones, when you like pour steamy water over it and then
my
suction
God.
it.
Pop it out.
Mike pours
But-
water over and gets a
Yeah.
plunger. Oh, I'll fix it for you. Pulls the paint off.
She just was not. I was, clearly felt bad, and she goes, no big deal. We came over and
What
wanted
did
to
she say?
ride.
She was like, "I'll say I got hit in the Walmart."
Oh yeah,
parking lot
that's
or
right.
something like
Yeah, I
that.
think that is what she said.
Classic. What the heck? Yeah, that was good thing she had a cool grandma.
Yeah, she was chill with it.
Gavin texted me after the last video of us destroying his 3-wheeler that we
Oh,
gave him,
no.
and he was like, "Dude, my Chinese moped. How is she? Is she okay?" And I was like, "No, she is not okay, dude. She's totaled." And he was like, "Oh no, like undrivable." And I was like, "Yeah, bro.
Dude, it hardly drove before.
I hope you had insurance on that thing." And he was like, "I didn't." And I go, "Okay, put insurance on it on Monday and say it was in a hit and run." And he was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Progressive, State Farm, anything, just get it.
How's he supposed to pick up all the Gunnison girls, dude?
Oh, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He'll figure it out.
I did do a little research post last podcast about the Taylor Swift thing. So I was thinking, all those people waiting for Taylor Swift tickets. I'm like, man, a lot of people took their time and spent all day waiting for these tickets. I looked it up, and 14 million people were trying to buy the 2 million tickets. You have a better chance of getting into Harvard.
2.4 million.
2.4 million tickets. You have a better chance of getting into Harvard than you do getting a Taylor Swift ticket,
Holy crap!
which is pretty wild.
Is that true?
The internet told me, and the internet
Is
never
that
lies.
true at all?
I don't know.
Because I
Maybe.
guarantee I could not get into Harvard.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like I
true.
have a better shot at getting the ticket.
100% could.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the average U.S. income is $221 per day. They just searched the average. I figured the average person spent 8 hours waiting. Figured they wasted the whole day between waiting and then being upset about it.
Yeah.
So during that day, the total lost GDP of America of these 14 million people is $3 billion. No, I'm sorry. The total GDP loss was $3 trillion.
No.
3 billion. It was 3
No.
billion.
Yeah.
It was 3 billion.
Ryan's got
mixed up with my
zeros on
zeros,
there.
dude. I even put in the freaking little
Yeah.
things. Anyway, it was $3 billion.
And I
that was
thought-
lost that day. 3 billion.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
That's crazy, dude.
No
Anyway,
way.
I'll cut that.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? So I was watching the VMAs just the other day, and Taylor Swift was winning everything, dude.
Dude, Taylor Swift is popular.
Everything.
Even though you don't like her, Taylor
No,
Swift is popular.
I don't have a problem with
Bro.
her. I didn't realize she was like,
A superstar.
she wins everything. And like my girlfriend is the opposite of Greta. And she was like, oh man, like, oh, why is she always winning? Like she shouldn't be allowed to win anymore. I'm like, what? Like she's too good. She's not allowed to win awards. But it was actually really surprising. So
Damn.
it makes sense. Like she clearly is. I mean, she's
Just a superstar.
Yeah, like a
Two-
superstar
bro.
amongst the superstars is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys, she sold 2.4 million tickets
Tickets.
at $300 a piece. How much is that? I think that's like $700 million.
Wow.
It's got to be the
At what
highest
point is
grossing
she just
tour.
yeah?
Yeah, it's crazy. Bro,
And it's just her.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's not like she's like a band
Yeah.
where you got
Band.
the Tommy Lee on the drums and whoever playing guitar. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you got to split it with. It's just her.
Yeah.
Me and Greta watched the documentary. Greta's probably seen it 14 times, but I watched it with her the other day, and it's really interesting actually because Taylor Swift, although she's extremely popular right now, like she's really had like waves of like come ups and like probably 3 years ago, like people hated her.
Yeah, Kanye
Yeah.
did it, dude. Her and Kanye got this big feud.
Yeah. Well, Kanye started out
Didn't
by
he? I thought he
taking
made that
her-
bitch famous.
Took her award. He said
took her award, and she was 17 or 19 or something like
Jeez.
super
Oh,
young.
so that was a long time ago.
God, yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
but you have
always done
Kanye
bad
come up,
shit.
bro. You win an award, and you have Kanye come up and take it from you and say that Beyonce deserves this award, and you're like a teenager.
Yeah. Well,
Like what would you be thinking? Like that would be such an insane moment. And then
Jeez. Yeah, when you put it that way.
I'd be scared.
Yeah, I remember
I'd
watching
be
that when I was a
scared
kid.
for
That was
sure.
crazy.
yeah, but I guess like the whole Kanye thing, and then like 10 years later, made the song. I made that bitch famous, and then like everyone was like, yeah, he did make that bitch famous.
Yeah, for a while
Yeah,
when
they
that
went
song
through
came
Wait a
out.
second. Why is she famous? Yeah. Dude, Kanye is crazy, bro.
He's got like deplatform, dude.
Yeah, like,
like-
major.
Kicked off, man.
Yeah, I've still seen some stuff. I feel like, isn't there, people are saying it was a strategic way to get out of all of his contracts? And that's why he said that? Still
Maybe.
seems pretty whack.
But I feel like Kanye goes on these episodes like at least once a year
Yeah.
of just like going around and saying like the craziest shit. And then it's like people
Maniac.
almost forget that he's crazy. And then the next time he does it, they're like, I can't believe this.
Or
it's
it-
like, what do you mean? He does this like
It's
once
pretty
a
does
year.
Yeah,
like
he
that
does.
twice a year.
Yeah.
But I think the worst part is when he's kind of spitting game, you know, like he's saying agreeable stuff and he's kind of like hyping everybody up. I don't know, when he was like saying he was going to run for president. Like there's a stint where he's like talking pretty straight and then he'll go and then tip over the edge and start saying crazy shit. And then everybody has to go,
He's crazy again.
Dude, that would suck so much. And like all the stuff he leaked about like Kim K when they were like going through their divorce and everything. And it would suck so much just like having your like anything you ever told the
Air it
guy
out.
or like any kind of secret that he had.
Always.
When he's going through these episodes, you got to be like, no, don't say it.
Yeah,
Don't
no
say it."
kidding.
I hope he
This guy's
doesn't pick
crazy.
me.
Yeah.
Dude, he must have been so torn up. I just didn't think he would. I thought he was too much ego, too big of a man to just like. I thought he was gonna be like, "Yep, you know, f her, f
For
Pete
which part?
Davidson," just
Oh.
just that. But no, he like was being kind of a crybaby about it.
Dude, he's got like the emotional strength of a first grader.
Exactly.
At
Like
least
I
what it
just was
seems like.
surprised to see how horribly he was handling the divorce.
I don't know.
He must have
I
really
also
loved her.
kind of like
There's only one
Kanye
Kim
because
K.
he's extremely entertaining.
Yes.
So it's like kind of a catch-22. It's like he is crazy, but he's also entertaining.
I think he's still a legend.
Yeah, I love his music.
Yeah, amazing music. So
I'm trying to find this clip. Kanye calls into the Charlemagne the God podcast or something.
Calls in.
There was something.
Dude is such a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Finally, he goes, my wife is out here fucking a white boy with a 10-inch penis, and you won't help me? My wife is out here fucking a white boy with a 10-inch penis, and you telling me that's your friend? Are you supposed to be culture?
Dude, pretty entertaining.
Whoa.
Gotta admit.
Yeah, he's so dang funny. He's a loose cannon, though.
All right. Well, should we have my dad on?
Yeah, we have it.
He's proud right now, yeah.
He's been waiting for his moment to shine.
All right, Dad, hop on here.
Hop on.
A
It's nice hanging with you
guest
guys.
appearance.
Special good.
Special guest.
People have been requesting for, like, to have someone's dad on.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good twist on the podcast. And you've sat in probably 75% of the podcast audience chairs, so
Not
figured
that many.
Pretty close. Makes sense to have you on, though.
Well, thanks, boys.
Yeah, welcome.
Happy to be here.
How's it feel to be sitting on this side?
Pretty cool.
Have you ever done like a radio show before? You ever
I
done
have.
anything like this? You
I
have?
know I started my practice. I was on the radio a lot.
Ooh.
Really?
Got experience.
Doing what?
Telling the message.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
28 years ago.
Isn't it kind of nerve-wracking going on the radio, though, knowing that it's like live as you speak?
It was.
Yeah, you can say whatever you
Very
want here.
stressful.
Yeah,
And then
you
you can
gotta-
just call me and be like, Ryan, cut
Yep.
that out.
That is the nice part about this.
You gotta
Unless I
be
don't.
careful, though. Ryan's pretty good at chopping it up, making people look bad.
Just makes my dad look so dirty.
Does him dirty.
No, I do that.
He wouldn't do that to me.
All right, Dad. So we thought that it'd be an interesting take on your opinion on just like everything that you've witnessed over the years between everything we used to do like before we would film and then the early days of our YouTube channel. And obviously like as we've started the podcast and like all the stories that you've heard behind the scenes and everything. But I don't know. I just want to get like your take on kind of everything that like goes on. And I think the people would think that's super interesting too. Like
They always
kind of like your standpoint of like everything that you witness us doing day to day and back when we were like kids just starting.
Well, first of all, on behalf, I think I'm speaking on behalf of all the parents. Everybody's just so incredibly proud of what you guys have done. You know, I remember when you started doing the screen printing in our furnace room,
Yeah.
you know, and in Bed's bedroom, and there'd be, 6, 7 of you guys in there, and then it moved to the loft above the garage. And I had to put up with Micah living above the garage for the whole summer. I'd literally have to move his car every morning so I could go to work. And then from there, it went to, the shop over the old shop. And now to what you guys are talking about, you need 50,000 feet. So it's just amazing, absolutely amazing. And then, that's not talking about the cars. I used to think I needed cars and snowmobiles and fast motorcycles, and I had all of that. And it's like when you guys started this thing, it's like I can just sit back and watch, and I get more thrill from that than having all this stuff myself. And I was thinking the other day, how often do you see a Lamborghini in the lakes area?
Never.
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 We've been here 30 years. I never saw one.
Yeah.
And now, we get to see one every day, and then I get to drive one
Yeah.
Down
It's
the gravel
like-
road too.
on a gravel
Drive
road.
that bitch
So
anywhere.
it's like, hell, it's just been amazing to watch you guys. So good job.
Hey, thank you. Wow. Okay, we didn't bring him on to pump up our tires, but
But okay, so
What was everyone's thoughts more so in like the beginning? Because obviously you guys had to have been really confused. Like, what the frick is going on? Because,
Yeah, like some of the first weekend, CJ brought a camera around.
Al- 'cause
also you saw like that was like your first time seeing an inside look to like what we were doing
True.
when we were just like out messing around and like having fun. But like before that, like nobody
it's
like
never
seen like,
documented. Yeah.
so what are the boys up to? Like what was your
so here's what comes to mind. I thought you guys were just wasting your time until we went to Idaho on a trip, and you missed out on that call from that MTV.
That's right.
And I thought, oh shit, wow, this they're gaining traction here. I don't know what it's about. And then The next thing that happened was you guys had a drop, and I don't know what you collected, maybe 18 grand or something like that. And I thought, oh, I get it. This has potential to do something. And then, so one of my mentors said, there's different levels to look at. When you're building a practice, I'm a chiropractor, you can have a vision that's as big as your community. It can be as big as your state. That's the next vision,
Yeah.
And then you can have a national attraction. People will fly in from around the country. Or, and what's the top? You can have a global impact,
100%.
And when I started seeing addresses on your merch going out to Germany and New Zealand and Australia and Canada, and it's like, oh my God, these guys have something that they don't even realize they have a global impact. Now it's just a matter of scaling it, and it's been awesome to watch it.
That's so true about the going back to like it's as big as your, I guess like as you want to make it. And I always tell that to, because there's like local rappers and stuff in Fargo, and like they're a local rapper and they're like trying to, take off, for instance, and they're like, yeah, I like need to. They're making songs about Fargo and stuff. I'm like, dude, like, and they're asking everyone to like listen to it and reshare it. You got the internet, you got the world at your fingertips, and that's the beauty of like today.
And you guys have that machine; it's running.
Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing. I was up early yesterday. I was up at 5, and I watched Tim drive in at 6. And that brings up another message that you guys can send to your viewers. It's like, you didn't get here by accident. I watched you guys grind hard. I've watched him come home on the cameras at 3:00 in the morning a lot, and so you got to have a vision, but you don't get there sitting on your ass and just thinking about it. You guys have action. And so I was up early yesterday. I was watching this guy, and he talked about, your ladder to success. And he said the top of your ladder needs to be above the clouds. And you know what's up there. You know where you want to go. You just don't know what it takes to get there. But you got all these steps to go through, and you just focus on the next step and the next step. And as you get closer to those clouds, that will reveal itself, eventually. So, yeah, you guys have been awesome to watch.
What's your favorite thing that we do?
Well, I can tell you what my least favorite is.
Okay, maybe we'll
you
start
guys,
there.
before I stepped up, you guys were talking about having Ken come and do his reveal of the no neck brace thing.
Yeah.
And I think I'm speaking on behalf of all the parents there as well. I played this game long enough. We can get into it. I was on a course of seeing the world on either a snowmobile or two wheels, and then a snowmobile wreck just definitely was a defining moment. When Ken broke his neck, that as a parent, that is what I live in this world of people that have injuries, and now 30, 40 years down the road, they're dealing with them every day. So that's my biggest concern, is you guys getting hurt, and now you're bringing in talent that's way better than you and way skilled, more skilled than you. And so that's
also little weasels.
Well, yeah, but that's
kidding.
a talent.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
Evan
No,
is
I know, I'm
amazing.
just joking.
I mean,
He is.
He's amazing to watch. So, what was your question? What?
Just what do you most enjoy? I figured that was what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
On the least enjoy, and
Yeah.
I agree completely. Especially after the Ken part, all the parents and basically anyone close to us, whether it was texting or calling or in person, they were like, I love what you guys do, but watching that makes all of the rest hard to watch.
Yeah.
And not worth it.
Yeah. When I got that call from you said, "Dad, come and check out Ken. He just hurt his neck." I've taken care of Ken for a long time, so I know his neck. And he was leaning back on that couch, and his neck was swollen out to here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys, get your asses back here and get him, take him in,
Yeah,
That,
even
that's
though
that's the bad. That's the negative.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the great thing is, just I love success. I love, I wake up every day trying to be more successful, and to see you guys, like I've already said, I just love the idea of striving for success. What's next? So that's it's not about the cars. It's not about the money. It's just seeing you guys evolve. I see you guys sit down here and you can just spark up conversation and it just rolls. Well, that takes talent. That just doesn't start, And my mentor also told me those that can move people with a message, that's a form of power, So you guys have a lot of young people watching you. For example, I just talked about you guys work. You work your asses off. You know what? And it bugs me to know that there's worker shortages out there and people are sitting at home on their ass. It's like, get up and get moving. And you guys can be an example of that. And you are an example of that. Your message is far reaching in that respect as well. People, I read those comments, these kids that have had, whatever, parents die or divorce and all the shit that we come into nowadays. And you guys can make them laugh and cheer them up and, give them a better day. That's why you're here, That's why you're here, is to serve, we're all on this planet to serve people. So ultimately, you guys are serving people through entertainment.
Yeah, hopefully making them happy.
I see the crowd that shows up at some of your events. It's like some of these kids, they just need a little bump, little boost, little inspiration as to what's possible. I mean, you guys came from families that are successful.
Yes, we saw like the success, but also we didn't have like any like kind of handouts or anything like that.
That's my
ever.
point. That's where I was going.
Do you remember when I had to have been 13 or 14 years old, and I rolled Sam's four-wheeler and I broke like the plastics on it.
Yeah.
It was like $800. I didn't have any money, and you made me go and get a job, which wasn't even legal to get a job.
No.
I had to have been 13 at the Cormorant store, and I would ride my dirt bike to and from work, and then basically I've had a job ever since then. But
probably had to work like 3 months for that $800 just to pay for the freaking plastics.
Oh yeah,
But everything after that, I mean, just like having a job, and the same thing with like all the guys, you just bought, and we just bought, like we bought our cars, we bought our dirt bikes and four-wheelers and everything. So like nothing was ever
you went
really
and worked for
handed.
Dave.
Yeah, and then I was working for Dave.
And I don't think I ever told you this. I don't think he did either. But one day, I knew you had to be to work at 7, and it was like 10 after 7, and he's still in there sleeping, sawing logs.
Oh man!
Uh-oh.
So
This must have been like the one day I was late.
I kicked the door open. I said, "Get your ass to work." And then I called Dave. I said, "Dave, let him have it."
Make sure my son fears
he
his
did.
life.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. And
He did. I still remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were part of the.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I've talked about that story on this podcast before. No kidding.
Yeah, I called him in advance. I said, "Dave, no, this is a learning lesson. Let him have it."
He's going to be 20
No, I
minutes
was
late.
not.
and
I
kill
was
him.
like 18 minutes late, and Dave comes in just screaming, and I was like, fuck this guy. I was like, I worked for him for 4 years, and I was 18 minutes late one time.
And then I think he
This
put
guy
you
behind
I
him.
think he put you on just a shit job scrubbing those pads that were sitting in the swamps.
God damn.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a defining moment in my life. I swear to God. After that, I remember vividly him screaming at me, and I remember just being like, dude, I was 18 minutes late, and this is how I was being like treated for it. I am never working for somebody because of how terrible of an experience I had just throughout the years, but mostly in that moment. And 2, I was like, when I have employees, I am not going to treat them like this. I will not, like, shit happens and you're 20 minutes late. I am not going to treat a 17-year-old kid in such a way of just like disrespect. Like there's just like no respect. So the fact that you actually
put him up to it.
put him up to it. No, thank you. Because that was like such a defining moment in my life. which is so funny. It's so funny. I've had beef with Dave ever since then, but it was you behind it. That's hilarious, actually.
It's got to be kind of cool for you just because you grew up dirt biking. You're a huge, I mean, like you were saying earlier, you were super into snowmobiling and motorcycles. And now it's like you pass that down to Ben, and he's basically made a career. Like he's technically, I mean, he's a professional in his own way with it, you know? Like he's not out racing or doing X Games, but he's
getting paid to
ride
so,
a
I
dirt
mean,
bike.
To get to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, getting paid to have fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. We've gone on some crazy adventures throughout the years, though. But like back when I was 2 years old, you'd put me on the snowmobile, and I'd sit in front of you and hold on to the bar.
Yeah, I had that switchback, and it had the loop on it. You know, we put on hundreds of miles.
Thousands.
Oh yeah,
Thousands.
yeah,
Riding trails.
yeah, and leading.
I hate trails now after that, though. We put on so many miles on trails, and then once I was like old enough to just ride my own snowmobile, I was like, I don't really want to ride trails.
You're like, I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, kind of over this.
So do you remember in any moments, probably when Ben was a little younger, maybe when we were doing a YouTube thing, that you wanted to step in and just be like, hey, buddy, don't do that?
I'm coming back from the Cormorant store in the car, and he pulls out of the trail that goes down alongside the road in a snowmobile. And he was little. I mean, little. Had to stand up
Yeah.
on the sled.
Like my feet wouldn't
Touch?
touch the running boards if I was sitting.
And I'm going 55 miles an hour in the car, and the snowmobile is, you know.
Dude, you were
losing
fast
just
on sleds, dude.
Bro, just ripping.
And
I had that 550 fan just wound.
And I'm trying to think, okay, so how am I going to deal with this when we actually get home and meet in the driveway?
I just smoked him on the way home.
Yeah. That's it.
He
Ben
didn't
was
know,
on-
he
15
didn't
minutes
know I
later.
was behind him.
Yeah.
You know,
in the
so I'm
dust.
like, how do I keep the lid on this kid? And, well, by that time, he was too far out of the box.
That was a ripper.
So,
You
so
did.
anyway,
I remember
think
you
I
getting
did
home
pull
and
the
just
keys.
screaming
I was
at me.
pissed.
Oh, you were so
you know,
mad.
it's just so dangerous. I mean, he's got a row of trees on this side and a highway with cars coming at
just
him on this
wound.
side. And this
You're
guy
like
wound.
70 pounds.
Yeah.
No
Bouncing
control
around.
over it at all, really.
You know, I knew at that point there was just no stopping it.
It's funny though, because I was just a chip off the block in that aspect. I was like, "What do you mean?
You do that.
We do that all the time when we're together. You're just mad because I was alone, technically not following you." I was like, "This is not fair at all." It was like, "How are you yelling at me for going fast when you taught me that?"
Point is well taken.
Do you feel like you're
Was mom like, "I don't know, Jason seems like, I wonder where he learned that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
She
know
was always good at that.
I feel like there's like the phrase, you get your payback for the way you were.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting your payback now?
Yeah.
You
but,
think? Do I stress you out?
you know, like I say, when
Yes.
I see you guys doing wheelies over black ice that's a half-inch thick and
Falling through.
there's you know,
No,
I
for sure.
just know that eventually we run out of rope and you know,
Yeah.
I think we've done our best in the last few years to try to reel in the rope as much as we
I
can.
think you have. I'd agree with that.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with
Man,
that.
back in the early days, though, I can't imagine.
Hey guys, quick break in the podcast for some news from today's sponsor, Blue Chew. Sex should be the best part of your day for you and your partner. The chewables from BlueChew.com can make sure you're able to perform at your best when the time arises. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form at a fraction of the cost. And now they also have mint-flavored chewables so you can stay hard and fresh. But fellas, what I love most about Blue Chew is it's an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you will receive your first prescription within days. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. And if you don't like swallowing pills, that's no problem. Blue Chew's tablets are chewable, made right here in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy. So, if you could use a boost and have some extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And don't forget the special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code WIDEOPEN at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code WIDEOPEN, which is all one word, to receive your first month free. Thanks, Blue Chew. Imagine getting everyone on your list the perfect gift while it's still November. Shop Tommy John's Cyber Monday sale right now and spread the joy of cozy. Give the gift of comfort to everyone on your list, including yourself, with new Tommy John underwear, loungewear, and pajamas. And with over 18 million pairs sold, giving Tommy John has become a holiday tradition. 97% of women and men love getting a gift from Tommy John. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers, they have fanatics. As it gets cold up here in the Midwest, being comfortable requires a few more layers than usual. I love wearing my Tommy John loungewear when I'm watching football on Sundays. It keeps me cozy and comfortable, and Tommy Johns are so soft, you won't want to take them off on Monday. Make sure to get them for everyone on your list and celebrate softness season with the gift of new Tommy John underwear, loungewear, and pajamas. Every gift's backed by Tommy John's best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. Shop Tommy John's Cyber Monday sale now and get 33% off of everything plus free shipping at TommyJohn.com/wideopen. It's one of Tommy John's biggest sales of the year. 33% off everything plus free shipping at TommyJohn.com/wideopen. See site for details. Thanks, Tommy John. Now back to the podcast. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to us when we were 19, 20, 21, didn't really know anything about anything. And we were just doing whatever and then filming it. And my mom still says she'll text me before she watches the video. I was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
If it's about something, I'm trying to think of one that maybe happened, with my backflip jet ski. She texted me before I watch this, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And she's like, okay. Then she can watch it. Otherwise it stresses her out too much.
You know what used to piss me off? Randy was always so much better at this than me.
Oof.
I mean, he was so good. You guys would total something out.
Okay.
You know?
What do you mean would? What are you talking about?
You guys would wreck something terribly,
Yeah.
you know? And Randy's just like, oh, okay, let's replace it. And he was just always so much cooler about you guys wrecking shit than me, You'd wreck something and I would just be pissed.
Yeah,
you
I know.
Like what?
I'd be just terrified to just tell him I broke anything.
Oh, like your dirt bike or
Like
something?
when he broke it, your brother broke your ankle or whatever you guys did.
Yeah, but
Sam,
I remember
you know?
breaking snowmobiles as a kid too. Oh man, I was so scared to come home and tell
It's the
him.
worst.
I think I'm got to be the complete opposite of that though.
You are. Yeah, and I don't get you guys because it's like you relish when something's broken and you look forward to destroying something.
Well, it's kind of fun. Have you ever done it?
No.
Yeah,
my conservative mindset is just take care of stuff and pamper it and
Yeah, but who cares? It's
Yeah.
just it's just stuff.
Well, that's what makes you guys great is because you know that you can replace it, with something even better. It's like when you're burning the bumper off your GTR Siege. I'm like, what the hell
I always wanted to shoot flames
are
out
you
of that thing.
doing?
What's funny though is most people probably think that way, and then so most people watch it and they are like, it's entertaining because they can never see themselves doing it. But then it kind of pisses you off watching it too. It's like, I don't know. I think that's maybe what keeps some people coming back is the entertainment factor, and then the disbelief of some people in certain aspects. But yeah, you used to get so mad at me when I would break something. And that was another thing too. I just remember always being like, shit breaks. It happens. I'm not going to get too hung up on it.
Dad, I'll go work 75 hours to pay for this handguard at the Cormorant
Yeah,
store.
I was like, I'm paying for it. What's the big deal? That's funny though. So you'd kind of mentioned the adventures that you've gone on, whether it's on two wheels or snowmobiling. What have you done? 50 states on a motorcycle?
48.
48 states, and then
For some reason,
many-
I didn't get into Alabama.
I was like, oh, okay, you
And-
didn't hit Alaska or something, but no,
Oh, no.
Alabama.
No, I've been
So-
to Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I remember
That was an amazing trip.
as a kid, I remember you just going on 2-week motorcycle trips, and then you just come back and you'd be home for a week and then go on another 2-week motorcycle trip. Where were you going? Why were you doing that? Where were you going?
What was the drive?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know because I sure don't have it anymore.
But I just
Really?
remember you
Yeah.
you didn't used to do that, and then you got a motorcycle, and then you were just gone for the next 5 years.
Yeah. So I bought that BMW GS, which is kind of an on-off road, but it's a touring beast. And I don't know, I put 100 and some thousand miles on that bike. Went to Alaska, went to every province in Canada. It's like I would study an area. Okay, so I read this book, the drummer of the band Rush. That's what started it. Guy's name is Neil Peart. He's dead, just died. I read this book. It's called Ghost Rider. Basically what happened in that book is Neil Peart's daughter died in a car accident and his wife died of cancer, all within like 2 years. He quits the band, gets on a GS Adventure motorcycle, BMW, and he tours all the provinces in Canada up to Alaska, comes all the way down into the States. I think he goes all the way down to the tip of South America, and he documents this trip in the book. And I'm reading this book, and I'm thinking, God, I would love to see and experience what he experienced. So I go and buy that GS. Went to Alaska, went all the way up to the Arctic Circle, a little village called Inuvik, as far as you can go on a motorized vehicle. Went through 1,000 miles of permafrost, over permafrost road. Just amazing.
You were just like addicted to it.
I was addicted to it. This was a 10-year run. And
Just do it by yourself?
most of it was.
So when you're like just hauling down the road on a motorcycle, at any given point where you're like, one, this is like kind of dangerous, but two,
That's
like I'm kind of over this. Like after 100,000 miles on a motorcycle,
no, I don't know. There was such an adrenaline rush. I think it's 500 miles across this frozen tundra road that's built on the tundra. And then I get up there and I'm checking into this camp. It's not even a campground. It's just a place to pitch a tent, and everything, because it's permafrost, everything is built off the ground.
Yeah.
So like the houses are all on stilts. Even this little campsite was a wood platform built off the ground because the heat of your body would sink you into permafrost, right? You're so far north that, like TV dishes normally are like this up into the sky, like your dish network.
Yeah.
You're so far north, they point down.
What?
It's so strange.
Holy
so
crap,
it's just
okay.
goofy stuff like that you experience in these adventures.
Didn't you blow a tire on that trip, like in the middle of the 500 miles?
So I get up to this little Eskimo village, and the guy goes, "How was your trip?" I said, "It was good. It's all Inuits." And there's one spot halfway across where there's a gas station to fill up. So this road is made out of crushed shale. And it was like razor blades on that tire. Okay. And I get back across the permafrost, 500 miles to what's called Klondike Corner, which is now tar again. It's the Alcan Highway. And I look at my tire and it's gone. I mean, it's just treads showing. And I am still a day from Alaska.
Dude.
Or I'm a day from a town, a civilized town. And I'm like, this is never going to get me there. And so I'm driving down the road, and sure enough, it goes flat.
In the middle of nowhere.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm 150 miles from Tok, Alaska. So my dad's a world traveler, and he always said, when in need, the right people show up. So I'm sitting there for probably 3 hours because it's fall. All the tourists that go to Alaska, they're all back down. This is like the first week in September. And this guy comes by, and I said, "I got a flat tire. I don't know what I'm going to do." He said, "I'll see if I can send you some help." And I'm sitting there. So now 3 hours have gone by.
Oh my God.
So he's going to send you help. You're just stuck on the side of the road.
I'm just sitting on the side of this gravel road.
Do you have a phone?
There ain't no service up there, even if I had it.
Okay.
What the heck? Okay.
So you're literally
when
by
in need,
yourself. Yeah.
Now listen, when in need, the right people show up. I'm sitting there. It's like, what the hell am I going to do? Here comes this truck, this county truck with a Tommy lift on the back of it. The guy goes, "We're going to take care of you." Well, halfway between Klondike Corner and Tok, Alaska, is a Alaska Highway Department service road. Basically, these two guys live there year-round, and they just keep the road open so that people can get through. So I was about a half hour from that. Anyway, we get the bike in the back of the truck. We get back. The guy gets on a satellite phone, calls into a guy he thinks in Tok, Alaska has a tire for my bike.
Wow.
He says, I think he drives a BMW, but we'll call him. So he calls him on the satellite phone. Yeah, I got a spare tire in my shed. The guy goes, hey, you can take my truck. Gives me his truck. I drive to Tok, Alaska with the rim off the back of the bike. This guy puts the tire on the rim. Didn't quite fit, but he made it fit. And I drive back, put it on the bike. I take $200 bills and I lay it on the counter of this guy that gave me his truck. It's the least I could do, right? And then I get on the bike and I drive. I get to Fairbanks where I'm going to have new tires put on. And I open my saddlebag and there's those $200 bills.
What the heck?
He stuck them back in there, you know? So back to your question, it's just stuff like that. It was just so cool. So many cool experiences. People just, you know, and then you meet other bikers and just awesome. So
what about the one story of the one night that you were going and then that car passed you?
4th of July, we closed our office for like 10 days. And I thought, I'm not going to sit around. I get on, I had an FJR Yamaha. It's a crotch rocket, touring crotch rocket, just a missile. I want to go to Seattle, experience Washington, see the mountains. And what instigated that trip was I was watching this thing on the Discovery Channel about these 4 guys that died on Mount Hood, which is in Washington. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at the scenery and the beauty, and I thought, oh, man, that's beautiful. Maybe I'll do that. And this is like in January, I'm watching this. Maybe this summer I'll do that. So then get out there. I look at Mount Hood, drive along the Columbia River, go to Seattle, and just beautiful. You know, just absolutely beautiful. Now it's July 3rd. I wake up and I'm in Oregon. And at the time, Oregon had a rule or a law that you couldn't pump your own gas. You had to have a attendant fill up your motorcycle or your car. So anyway, I thought I could get the hell out of this state. It's July 3rd. I got to be out of the state by July 4th because you can't count on any mom and pop gas station being open. So it's like, okay, I'm going to haul ass across Oregon. It's just before dark. I'm going down the road, and this Grand Am comes up behind me, goes around me, and he's hauling ass down this tar road. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll just get behind this guy. And I'm doing 105 miles an hour. You know?
At night, too?
At night.
Jeez.
Just before dark.
Yeah, dusk.
And I thought, this is stupid. So I back off. I ride, and about 10 minutes later, I come across this, what looked like a cow. It was like you took a watermelon with all your might and threw it at a concrete wall. It was, the only reason I knew it was a cow because I could see it was a big bull head, you know, with that fuzzy forehead. And otherwise, I got the brakes on and I'm just navigating through this pile of
exploded cow.
You guys have no idea. Oof. And then I look out, in about 100 yards out into this field is this car on fire. And I'm like, I'm not going out there. But
middle of the night at this point?
It's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark. And I hear this woman screaming.
Oh, jeez.
It was horrible, you guys. I had PTSD, and I still kind of do when I think about it. And I thought, I got to go help her. She was sleeping in the back seat. It crushed the top of the car down and broke his neck. And she was trying to get him out of this burning car. And I'm walking up, assessing this thing, and it's like, I have to help her. So she couldn't get him out. She couldn't get the door open, you know. And so I put the shield down, and I got all my body armor on and my gloves, leather gloves, and I put my shield on my helmet, and why the hell won't this door? And I thought, well, maybe it's locked. And I reach in, and it was locked. You know, and flames are blowing over the top of this guy in this car.
Oh.
It was horrible.
Jesus.
And I get the door open, and then I mean, you are so full of adrenaline. I grab this guy, and I go to rip him out of that car. Well, the seatbelt is on him, you know. So now he's laying out of the car, and reach in through these flames, and I undo the seatbelt, and I pull him out. I could see right away he's got a broken neck.
Yeah.
He didn't make it, you know. He didn't make it. So
Was he making
by this time, there's other people walking up on the scene, and I just got out of there. You know, I knew they were going to take care of him anyway. And I get back on my bike. Now, you guys don't know what an adrenaline rush is until you go through something like that. It was, I get to Twin Falls, Idaho, and I'm just driving slow, and it's pitch black. It's midnight now, July 4th. And I get pulled over by a highway patrolman going too slow on the freeway. I told him what I just experienced. He says, go get a hotel, buddy.
Yeah, just go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I go into this hotel parking lot. I'm thinking, I'm not going to pay $150 for a hotel and go. I'm not going to sleep. I can't
lay there anyway.
So I get back on the bike, go to Jackson Hole, have a little breakfast, go through the Yellowstone Park, end up in Glendive, Montana that night. You know, just all on adrenaline. You know.
Jeez.
You know, you hear about guys doing iron butts, which is 1,000 miles in a seat, you know, you know, you get off to fill up with gas, but 1,000 miles in a day.
Yep.
I did 1,800 miles that day.
Whoa. Crap.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was just an adrenaline kick for 10 years. It's just awesome.
So you did that, Uncle Buck, your brother. He's done like what? All the way to like Argentina on a motorcycle.
I think he did, yeah.
Like the
And he had an experience where he's on this road in Mexico, and these Mexicans are holding a 2x4 with spikes, so you could not drive through on a motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
And he gets off his bike, and I think he bought him off for $50, and they let him go. And they had a family on the ground.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
they had
like
a family.
someone?
They had stopped a family, and they had them like laying face down on the ground, holding them ransom.
Holy crap.
My brother knew, you know, he had everything
Yeah, it's
kinda
like
hidden
sketchy area.
and kept a $50 bill because he kind of was probably suspecting. But anyway,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
he
Yeah,
came
so-
back. He had PTSD from
I
that.
bet.
Yeah, I
It took him
bet.
a while to
Was
come
he
down.
able to pay off for the family
family?
that was laying there?
I don't know. I think he got
Just got on
he
and
got
left.
$50. He said, "You go, amigo," and he
was like, I'm out of here.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So that's why we do this stuff, you know. It's
Grandpa did the same shit too, didn't he?
yeah.
Like all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah, he's 74 years old, just drove his motorcycle down to Cabo. And then I talked to him last week. He says, "Yeah, I think I'm going to ship my bike over to Europe."
Man,
you know,
I
some
wonder
people
if I'm going to do that one day.
That's what
Why
I said.
got the
When's your
same-
vagabond adventure coming?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like I got the same genes. I got the same adventurous soul. I don't know. I don't know if I have it that much though. That's
Was it
crazy.
your dad, the one that was on the sailboat? Or
Yeah.
Was that Stacey's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
that
That's
is
a
a
whole
great
nother
story.
podcast. And
Got
that again is PTSD. You know, when your dad's missing for 21 days and they find him washed up on a beach in the Louisiana bayou, you know,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's crazy.
No kidding. I can't wait to see where you go on your motorcycle, Ben. You know? Like,
On my dirt bike?
yeah, on your dirt bike.
Probably not very far.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have much of like a desire to even get a motorcycle. Maybe,
Not yet.
Maybe one day though.
Oh, this is cool. It's kind of fun to do something different. Hear some
Yeah.
cool stories.
Yeah,
Some of
guys.
these, I hadn't heard any of those, but I feel like we've had a million
got a
conversations
whole
where we
bunch
tell
more.
stories. Yeah, I would say that's the tip of the iceberg there. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Again, man, it's been so fun hanging out here. Thanks for letting me come over and just hang, guys.
of course,
Of course.
we miss when you come over on Fridays and grab a beer and hang out with us.
Remember when he used to come over for like a couple months there and then on a Friday would, hey, is it cool if I drink a bubbler? And then after a couple months, he goes, how much alcohol is in these? I go, there is none. There's no alcohol in them. And he's like,
I
oh,
was still getting a buzz.
I could have swore I was getting a buzz.
Caffeine buzz.
Because, yeah, he'd be like, oh,
Hey, you.
I mean, I might have 2 of these, and I'm like, go for it, man. There's no sugar.
Oh, that's funny.
I got more stories, you guys, when you were little.
What kind of stories?
Yeah, what are we talking
what are
about
we
here?
talking about here?
Well, I remember the time that CJ puked across the whole back of my car.
Yeah, dude, you're a puker.
Dude, he is.
Dude, I got car sick so we were on a dirt bike trip in Ely, and it was just like this really windy road, and I was on the very back, and it was super hot, I remember, and I kept saying, I was like,
You didn't say nothing.
I said,
If you
can
would've
we
said
put the
anything,
window
I'd have
down?
Stop.
I swear to God, I said, can we put the window down?
It's like when he puked, he did this, but it was like it compressed it, and we had puke.
Just
He was in the
in
back
spots
of a
where, like,
Sequoia,
how did
and there was
get
puke
here?
on the dash.
Yeah, I puked
Yeah,
all over
it was
the place.
like
Oh my goodness, dude.
Everyone in the car is covered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Not really, but that was funny, more so.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're going to wrap up the podcast. If you made it this far in the podcast and you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
peace.
Thanks for listening to the podcast today, everybody. Shop Tommy John Cyber Monday sale now. Get 33% off everything plus free shipping at TommyJohn.com/wideopen. It is one of Tommy John's biggest sales of the year. 33% off of everything plus free shipping at TommyJohn.com/wideopen. See their site for details. We'll see you next time.